threefold division of faith. So, Arjuna begins this by asking Krishna, when men sacrifice to the gods with faith, but they disregard the injunctions of the scriptures, what is the nature of their devotion, O Krishna? Is it Sattva, Rajas, or Tamas? And Krishna states that the faith of men, born of individual natures, is of three kinds. It is characterized by Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. And here is how it's concerned. Trinity found in all nature. And there's this indication of one's faith. Their faith is either Rajasic, Tamasic, or Sattvic. It's active, lethargic, or neutral. So let's look at these distinctions. A faith of each man in accordance with his natural disposition. A man, O Bharata, is made of faith. What his faith is, that verily he is. So your natural disposition is in accordance with your nature, who you are. So the man in who is Sattva prevails, quality of goodness. They worship the various gods. Means they worship divinity, divine qualities in nature. And men who worship Rajas, they worship demigods, those acclimated to power. They may hold demonic qualities. And those in whom Tamas prevails, they worship ghosts and disembodied spirits, maybe even like the ancestors. So this is where your inclination is, towards divine, demonic, or spirits and ancestors. So, very rare, it says, is the one who is characterized by Sattva, goodness in the world. So, those vain and conceited men, impelled by the force of their lust and attachment, which is the quality of Rajas, they subject themselves to severe austerities not ordained by the scriptures. Means that there's no real backing to their actions. And fools that they are, they torture all their bodily organs, and me too, who dwell within the body, know that they are fiendish in their resolves. So, let's see. Even the food that is dear to all is of three kinds. Likewise are the sacrifices, austerities, and the gifts. Here now the distinctions between them. So there's this threefold quality of Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas: goodness, passion, and ignorance. It's prevalent within all foods, within faith, within your nature, and your own disposition. So food that promotes longevity, vitality, strength, health, pleasure, appetite, that is succulent, oleaginous, substantial, and agreeable, is favored by people endowed with Sattva. It means you're endowed towards good food that nourishes you. Somebody who has a Rajasic quality, they may be endowed toward like spicy foods, or somebody towards a Tamasic, lazy quality, you may be interested in like a bag of potato chips. See, foods that are green and nourishing are Sattva, good quality, full of life force. So food that is excessively bitter, sour, salty, hot, acrid, dry, burning is like people endowed with Rajas. It causes pain, grief, and disease. So even the food one eats and drinks has these qualities. It can be too sweet. That's a Rajasic quality as well. Too spicy. So, and food that is ill-cooked, tasteless, putrid, stale, unclean, and leftovers favored by people endowed with Tamas. Means little nutrition. But you'll eat it. I even associate it with too much bread, maybe too many carbs, potato chips, etc. So, that worship is of three kinds. That worship is of the nature of Sattva, which is offered according to the scriptural rules. It means you're following the injunctions laid down by authoritative text by those who expect no reward and who firmly believe that it is their duty to worship. They do because it is good, not because they're expecting good in return. But that sacrifice which is performed in expectation of a reward for the sake of being acknowledged, know that to be of the nature of Rajas. like somebody who's giving to charity, but they want their name known. They want to make a public announcement. They want the recognition. And that sacrifice which is not performed according to the scriptural rules, in which no food is distributed, no hymns are chanted, and no fees paid, and which is devoid of faith, is said to be the nature of Tamas. This means that it's not an offering to the highest. It's really for oneself. The tamasic quality is self-centered. It's centralizing. So austerity, these are practices for purification, are also threefold. That say the worship of the gods, of the twice born, of teachers, and of the wise, cleanliness, uprightness, continence, and non-violence. These are said to be the austerity of the body. So this is qualities of goodness, sattva. So quality of rajas, say words that do not give offense and that are, this is still sattva. Words that do not give offense and that are truthful, pleasant, and beneficial, and also the regular recitation of the Vedas. These are hymns and recitals to direct you to one's nature. These are said to be the austerity of speech. Then the austerity is of mind, or serenity of mind, gentleness, silence, self-control, and the purity of one's heart. These constitute the austerity of the mind. This threefold austerity, practiced with supreme faith by steadfast men without the desire for fruit, is said to be of the nature of sattva. Okay. The austerity that is practiced in order to gain respect, honor, and reverence, and for ostentation, is said to be of the nature of rajas. This is uncertain and transitory. That's the passion-like quality. You're doing it for some reward because you want to be known. And the austerity that's practiced with the determination based on foolishness, by means of self-torture for the purpose of ruining another, is declared to be of the nature of tamas, darkness. One is acting in harm for another. That's not ahimsa. That's still violent. So the fruit, characterized by these three qualities, that what you abide in is the fruit. So the gift which is made to one who can make no return, and with the feeling that is one's duty to give, and which is given at the right place and time to a worthy person, such a gift is held to be of the nature of sattva. It's pure generosity, given without expecting anything in return. Sattva, goodness. But that which is given for the sake of recompense, or with the expectation of fruit, or in a grudging mood, is accounted of as the nature of rajas. Means you're expecting something in return. It's not selfless. Remember that the true worship, the true offering, is not expecting anything in return, the non-attachment to the fruit or the result. And the gift that is made without respect or with disdain at an improper place and time and to an unworthy person is declared to be of the nature of tamas. So, Om Tat Sat has been declared to be the threefold designation of Brahman, which is the Supreme Self. And by means of it were created at the beginning the Brahmins, the Vedas, and the sacrifices. So, Om Tat Sat. Om would be the designation of Brahman. Tat means that. Like, that is Brahman as well. Sat, meaning, like, that is existence. Om Tat Sat. Where's Brahman? Basically, here. Here. Taste. Brahman. Om. Tat. Taste. Sat. Existence. Now. So therefore, the acts of sacrifice, gift, and austerity enjoyed by the scriptures are always begun by the followers with the utterance of Om. Om is the designation of Brahman, the Supreme. So, and the word Sat is used to note reality and goodness, and likewise a part of the word Sat is used for an auspicious action. So, denoting reality. Remember that Brahman is also Sat Chidananda, Sat being existence. And the utterance of Tat, without seeking any recompense, without expecting anything in return, are the various acts of sacrifice and austerity performed by those who seek liberation and to do good. Tat, that one is offering it unto the Supreme. These qualities are steadfastness in the sacrifice, austerity and gift is also called Sat. And so too is any action connected therewith. So even actions, worship, releasing the fruit of the action, and charity through gifts is reality. This is Brahman, and the designation of Brahman, Om Tat Sat. So, the recommendation is to be with faith. That these threefold divisions are to determine where one's faith lies. Is it truly selfless? Is it truly in the nature of goodness? Or is there some reward? Or is there some kind of goal that one seeks to control over others or to inflict harm, which be the tamaguna quality? So whatever sacrifice or gift is made, says Krishna, whatever austerity is practiced, whatever ceremony is observed, it is called asat, which means non-existent. If it is done without faith, if it is of no account here and hereafter. So, with faith, Brahman is connected, and Om Tat Sat is actualized, the designation of Brahman once found. But without faith, it is asat, adharma, unrighteous, and it does not leave a lasting impression in this world, not of a benefit for the establishment of a kingdom of goodness. So goodness is where the faith lies. That's chapter 17, on the three divisions of faith. And may your faith reside in goodness. May it reside within the good being of all. And may that purity be resplendent and shine throughout the worlds.